Why is a forest the best place for your pigs? We're going to talk about that on today's video. Callie, Finn. Come on. Come on, go. It's hot. I know I said it was hot in the last video, but it's really hot right now. So today I'm going to do a test run of the pigs in their outdoor enclosure. So all we'll really have to do is take that charge wire and connect it right there. Disconnect the hog paneling at this corner, and then just remove this wire right here, and they'll be ready to go out into the woods. So let's do that now. All right, the pen's open. Now we just need to go turn the fence back on. Pigs are super smart, so they're being very cautious about crossing over. When we decided to put our pigs out on forest pasture, there were about 5 reasons that came to mind why we did it, and I'm gonna outline those for you in this video. The first and one of the biggest reasons we decided to do it was the flavor of the pork that we're gonna get in the end. Just within the 20 feet around me, there's birch trees, maple trees, ferns, wintergreen on the ground growing. There's a lot of different forage for the pigs that they're able to get, and we supplement it with grain out of a feeder, opposed to putting them on grass where you have a very kind of monoculture pasture, whether you've planted ryegrass or buckwheat or barley or whatever you've chosen to put in the ground over there. Rather than feeding on explicitly grasses and grains, you have the ability of the pigs to get out and do, a variety of foraging and different foods that they might encounter. It's arguably what the pigs would do in nature, and it produces a much better flavor pork at the end. Reason 2. Another reason when we decided to do it was from a forest management standpoint. Having pigs in the woods, it roots up the ground, it aerates things, and it keeps things really healthy. By putting pigs out here, we're able to aerate the soil, clear out some of that understory, and it's going to benefit the timber that does grow here in the long run. The third reason is what I'm going to call stink management. If you've never raised pigs before, pigs can be pretty smelly, especially when you've got them in a confined area. Pigs are generally pretty clean from a waste standpoint. They don't like to live in their own filth. So if you have them in a pen, they'll typically use the same spot to go to the bathroom. Over time, what happens with that spot is that it tends to get pretty smelly. It rots, it festers, you have more poop piling on in the same spot day after day after day. By putting them out on forest pasture, they're going to be able to poop in different places, and that gives us the ability to mitigate that smell a little bit. It also allows us to keep it a little bit further from the house. A fourth reason we decided to put them out on pasture was that it was simply a necessity. We have about 10.5 acres of land, and of that 10.5 acres, maybe an acre of it is what we would consider pasture or open space, and it's mostly just a yard around our house. It's not a big hassle putting the chickens out there. They're pretty unobtrusive aside from eating the grass. But if we were gonna get pigs out there, we would really have a big problem with them rooting up the yard, digging up ornamental plants that we have planted, digging up the garden if they were able to get into it. It's really just a big hassle having pigs where you're going to live. That's one of the big things with homesteading is you have to make do with what you have. It's not necessarily going out and buying a huge piece of property and turning it into a gigantic homestead right off the bat. But it's slowly working your way into things, accomplishing what you have with the means that you have available. And we had, as you can see around us, a whole lot of means when it comes to forest. So that's where the pigs went. So the last reason we put our pigs on pasture, and arguably the most important, is that Jackie and I both feel that it's just the right thing to do. If you look at a pig out in the wild, they're not just hanging around perfectly manicured pastures. They're getting out in the woods, they're rooting around, they're finding different things to eat. And that's what we wanted to mimic here. Just because we're raising these pigs for food doesn't mean we wanted them to live a life that would have been any different from what they would have in the wild. If we're being honest about it, they look pretty darn happy to me. Aren't you? So that's it for today's video. I wanted to send a quick shout out to say thanks to everybody that's subscribed to the channel so far. We're up over 100 subscribers now, and Jackie and I really didn't expect it to grow as it has. Really, when we started this channel, it was just to show our friends and family who didn't live nearby what we were doing and how we were working our land. We've really just been kind of feeling our way through this and documenting the process with the videos. If you do like what we're doing and you want to see more, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the channel. As always, everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.